There's been a lot of talk on social media about testosterone in women, and as an expert in erectile tissue and testosterone and women's sexual health, I am going to give you my thoughts. So most of the research in women's sexual health is around low desire. In my opinion, that is a very patriarchal concept of women's sexuality, right? If we could only fix their desire, then they can go and they can lay down and they can receive sex because they're willing to accept it, right? But women's sexuality is so much more dynamic than that. It is about our orgasm. It is about our sensitivity. It is about our lubrication. It is about our absence of pain. And testosterone is incredibly essential for all of those things, okay? If you look at the clitoris and the penis under a microscope, the erectile tissue in both of them looks exactly the same. And they're both androgen sensitive organs, meaning they're both sensitive to testosterone, okay? Lubrication, if you think about women's lubrication, right? Part of it comes from the vagina, but a massive amount of women's lubrication in response to sexual stimulation comes from the vulvar vestibular glands. There are several types, and those are androgen dependent glands, dependent on testosterone, okay? So your lubrication, your absence of pain, your clitoral sensitivity, your ability to orgasm, your pleasure is intimately tied to your testosterone. And we know for a fact that when conditions that affect women's testosterone levels, like combined oral contraceptive pills or the transition through perimenopause and menopause occur, that you can have dysfunction in any of those domains. And we see it in a physical exam, right? We see inflammation of the vulvar vestibule. We see shrinkage of the clitoris. These are facts. These are undeniable observations, okay? So the lack of ability to assess women's sexual pleasure in quantifiable ways, therefore leading to the lack of studying women's sexual pleasure en masse, and the lack of linkage between testosterone and these important physical effects in large sets of data does not negate the fact that testosterone is absolutely critical to women's sexual health and their sexual pleasure, and not just in a receptive way, but in an empowering way.